Good afternoon. Welcome to Afternoon Chat. I'm your host, Ghost Mostly. The chat is up and running. How's everybody doing today? Happy Wednesday. Hey, it's been a good day so far. I had lunch with my best friend. That's always a good start to this day, right? That's what best friends are for. What are you guys up to today? Let me guess. Drinking, gambling, carrying on? I'm trying to stay out of trouble. I was watching, something's up with Spectrum again today. I don't know what these guys are doing. They're taking a simple 5-second delay to brand new levels. We'll see how it works out. The stream's still going, so hopefully everything will work out. What are you guys up to? What's on your mind today? What do you guys want to talk about? The oil in Venezuela? I think the whole Venezuela thing is just as absurd as the Greenland thing and the Nigerian thing. These are all distractions. Distractions from the Epstein files. It is what it is. Who cares about oil? I don't. I'm sorry, but I don't. I think it's absurd. I don't think Trump cares about the oil either. I could be wrong. I mean, you tell me. Jump in the chat and enlighten me. Trump doesn't own any oil companies. And he has no shortage of bribes from the oil companies that do exist. What, Exxon, Conoco, and Chevron? ConocoPhillips, whatever. They'll bribe him. They'll give him whatever money he wants. He doesn't need to go get oil for him, and they've got plenty. They have a supply and demand pricing, and they control the supply. They don't need more oil. They've got plenty. The United States is the world's leading oil producer. That should tell you enough right there. He's got all these major corporations wrapped around his finger. They're giving him hundreds of millions of dollars. This is all a distraction. He doesn't care. War has no meaning to him. No one that rich is in touch with the reality of life. Sorry, but they're not. I don't care how much they say they're in touch with the blue collar, the working. They're not in touch. They don't know what groceries cost. They don't care what groceries cost. I can guarantee you none of these clowns cares about any of this stuff. They only care about their own greed and their own shame. They don't want to be held accountable for their actions. They want to get away with everything scot-free. That's my opinion. This is an open forum chat room. Feel free to jump in and voice your opinion. Get in the chat. If you want to chat, you need to get that Discord app from YouTube. It's free. The show is free. Then we can talk about whatever's on your mind. The people in the chat are the guest stars on this show. I don't do interviews other than the people in the chat. And they run the show. Whatever they want to talk about, it's what we talk about. I have no script. I have no agenda. Okay? I have 2 hours, 5 days a week. Okay? Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern. We can talk about anything you want to talk about. If no one's in the chat, then we're stuck with wherever my mind wanders. And front and center in my mind is the Epstein Ballroom. A 90,000 square foot party palace for the pedophiles and the pedophile protectors. You and I are never going to get invited in. I guarantee you all those pedophiles that they're protecting, they will all be invited in. They're all going to wine and dine on the American taxpayers' dime. We're going to pay for their champagne and caviar. These Epstein files are being trickled out and they're being over redacted in order to protect the pedophiles. The cover-up is, in most cases, worse than the crime. Not so much in this case. I think both are equally heinous. That's my opinion. I mean, feel free to jump in the chat and voice yours. But I know I'm never going to get invited to the Epstein Ballroom. And it's all right. I don't want to hang out with pedophiles anyways. Okay? I don't want nothing to do with these people. And I don't want my kids around them either. They're all morally deficient. They don't have morals and ethics. I'm sorry. If they did, they would have been pursuing the pedophiles to throw them in jail. They elected to let them go. And now they are willing to move heaven and earth in order to hide their identity from you. It's a shame. But that's the status, that's the state of this union. There was so much crooked shit going on. Where do you start? They got them all on film, all of their crimes. They got banking records. They had more than enough evidence to prosecute all of these pedophiles, all of these purveyors of prostitution. And yeah, the Exalted Hot Dog is one of them. That's why his name appears in so many documents. He was a part of the problem. They want to pretend like it never happened, like it never existed, so that they can do it again. They want the news to let it go, move on to something else. What are they going to bomb next? It's all about changing the news cycle. It's all distraction. Don't look at what I'm doing. Look at the shiny object I'm holding up to get your attention. Don't pay attention to what I'm saying. Pay attention to what I tell you to pay attention to and nothing else. These are all control and manipulation techniques. They want to use your fears to divide you into smaller groups to make you easier to control and manipulate. That's the way I see it. You understand about crime in America, right? 7% of the population is felony criminal. Throughout the history of America, it's always been 7% of the population. It's never been 8. It's never been 6. It remains a constant 7% of the population. No matter what policing techniques they use, they've never put a dent in the crime in America. They fudge the numbers. They cook the books. Well, if we put jaywalking in with all these felony criminals, if we put speeding tickets in with all these rapists and murderers, we can show crime's on the rise. It's not. Oh, if we take armed robberies out, we can show that crime's on the decrease. It's not. It's a constant 7% of the U.S. population, period, end of story. Doesn't matter how many guns. Doesn't matter how many crimes you see reported on the evening news. 7% of the population is felony criminal. They don't stay felony criminal. They rehabilitate and work their way back into society, or they die. The other criminals kill them. The police kill them. They either work their way back into society or their life is ended. The lifelong criminals that you see on TV, it's a fantasy. Doesn't work. The 20-year-old that has no life goes out drinking. He makes a mistake. He steals a car, a felony. Society catches him. We put him behind bars. He does his 5 to 7 years. He gets out. Now he's on parole. They force him to get a job. Not a part-time gig, a full-time job. Before long, he meets a girl. They have kids. He gets off parole. Now he has a vested interest into staying out of prison. He's got a full-time job. He's got a family. He's got to be building for a future like everyone else. He's reintegrated into society. with a felony conviction, but still reintegrated, rehabilitated. And now he has things to lose. At 20 years old, he didn't have a family. He didn't have a full-time job. He had a drinking problem. Until he's 80 and dies of natural causes, he keeps his nose clean. He has things to lose. A vested interest into remaining a contributing member of society. He didn't have that when he was 20 and getting drunk with his buddies. The system works to a certain degree. If he wants to become a lifelong criminal, what happens? In and out of jail his entire life until at the ripe old age of 45, somebody shanks him in prison and he gets killed. 7% of the population. No matter what they do with their policing, 7% of the population. It's what it always has been. It's what it always will be until they find a way to change it. They have not as of yet. What can we glean from this information? Quite a bit, actually. First thing that jumps to my mind is if 7% of us are felons, that means 93%, 9.3 out of 10 are not criminals. I ask you, are you sitting around thinking about robbing a 7-Eleven tonight? I'm not. The thought never enters my mind. It never enters your mind. What is in your life, your path, your choices, building for your future. That's the kind of stuff that's on your mind. Not committing crimes. It's just not happening. But if you watch the news, they're showing you crimes over and over and over again. If there's not a new one to take the place of the one yesterday, they'll rerun the one from yesterday. They keep it in the news cycle consistently. Why? Why would they keep it in the news consistently? Because they use that to scare you. By scaring you, they get you to click in. Mother found dead, child missing, story at 11. We all tune in. Whose mother? What child? Where? Why? How? We want the answers. We tune in like trained dogs. I just heard the whistle. It means I got to come out and sit. That's what they're doing. Control and manipulation with your fears. You can go to college. You can get a 4-year bachelor's degree in how to manipulate the masses. Their number one tool, fear. Scare the people. If you watch the news in America, you're going to believe there's a man with an AR-47 or a M16 on every corner who's been plotting to kill you for days. It's not true. You want to know what's on every corner of America? People going about their business, living their life, making their choices, building for their future, trying to get from point A to point B. Normal stuff. Not abnormal criminal activity. What else can we get from that 7% felony criminal stat that seems to be constant for 250 years, never moving a single percentage point in any direction? What other information can we get from that? What can we glean from that? Quite a bit more. We know that 93% of us are all good. Only 7% of us are bad, but those that are bad aren't all going to be bad for their entire lives. Most will be rehabilitated or reintegrated with society at some point. What else can we learn? We can learn that they're trying to scare us with the media. They're trying to control us with our fears. They want to scare you, and they want to divvy you up into smaller groups. There's one human race on this planet. One. Every other category is nothing more than a subgroup. They wish to divide us by religion, race, language. They wish to divide us. That's the constant. Push us into smaller subgroups to make us easier to control, easier to manipulate. For example, I'm going to put all the Democrats on one side and all the Republicans on the other side. I've separated them. I've got them in separate groups. Even though there's only one human race, I've divvied them up into subgroups. You staying with me? Now I'm going to go tell the Republicans, I know for a fact all the Democrats have been plotting against them for years. They're evil. They wish to do the Republicans great harm. You must be on guard. More than on guard, you must strike first. And then they're going to go tell the Democrats the exact same thing about the Republicans. They play us one against the other by using our fears. By design, this is their plan. It's not easy to control both Republicans and Democrats. You can't get them to agree on much. So you separate them and scare them. There's one human race, one planet, one race of human beings. That's it. We don't want to damage or destroy either one. We need to protect the planet. We need to protect the human race. But when you get all these different people together, they're extremely hard to control. That's why they wish to divvy you up into subgroups. Once they get you into a subgroup, then they use your fears to make you think the other side is your enemy. It's not true. If you're an American, your fellow American is not your enemy. He's not. I don't care how much they lie and scare you. Your fellow American is not your enemy. Your fellow American is your best friend that you've never met. You rely on each other every day. You just don't think about it. You take it for granted. You don't realize. When you get up and you walk over and you hit the light switch and the light comes on, do you think that guy at the electric company must be a Republican like me? No. Do you think that guy at the electric company that made my light switch work, do you think I relied on him to come in and do his job every day, and he does it every day? That power works every day. When I flip the switch, that light comes on. I rely on that fellow American every day, but I don't know his name. I don't know who the hell he is. And what's worse, I don't care who he is. We all go into work every day. If you don't work, you don't survive. You'll end up homeless, living on Skid Row, with a life expectancy of what? 2 weeks? You don't have shelter. You don't have food. How long are you expecting to live out there without a dime in your pocket? You're not going to. You're going to be the John Doe laying down in the morgue. Well, we don't know what killed him. He was in an alley in a cardboard box. What do you think? Everyone, all of us, every human being goes to work every day. Think about it. It's not just in America. It's in every country. Every human being goes to work every day. I was just at Olive Garden for lunch. The system worked. Olive Garden was open. The waitresses were there. The cashiers were there. The cooks were there. It all functioned. I don't know any of those people's names. I don't know what race they were. I don't know what religion they were. I don't know what language they spoke. And I don't care. I don't know any of their names. Well, I do know the waiter's name was Jake, and shout out to Jake. Thank you. Good service today, brother. My point is, every time we walk out the door of our apartments or homes, we go out, we run our errands, we get things to eat, we shop, we buy, we work, we come home. Everything functions because all of us, every one of us, gets up and goes to work every day. You do your job to the best of your ability so that you can keep your job. We're relying on each other. We don't realize it. If you're a Democrat, you're relying on Republicans every day, whether you like it or not. Too bad. Accept it. That Republican wasn't plotting to kill you. He's not a bad guy. He's different than you are. I'll grant you that. But that doesn't make him bad. Vice versa, if you're a Democrat, same thing goes. You don't know what religion that guy is. And you don't care what religion he is, do you? What you care about is that when you try to drive down the road, the traffic signals work. It's amazing. But it's also reliable. It's dependable. You can count on it every day. It functions. It functions because we all go to work. We go to work and we depend on each other every day, but we don't know each other. The people that are trying to put you into subgroups and control you with fear, they're trying to manipulate you with your fear. Think about it. I do. The reason we have cities, towns, villages, is because when human beings get together, they collaborate, they work together, they build great things, and they build them quickly. Our society has us all intertwined. You don't believe me? Go out in the wilderness to live for a couple of weeks. There's no light switch. There's no running water in the kitchen. Your life gets difficult in a hurry when you don't have other humans to depend on. Human beings are your best friend. I don't care if they're different than you. All human beings are basically the same, but at the same time, we are all unique individuals. What we need to do is tolerate one another. You don't have to like one another. You don't have to agree with one another, but you must tolerate one another. Get past it. Understand, Democrats need Republicans. Republicans need Democrats, whether you realize it or not. They're all going into work every day and doing their jobs. We depend on them. I can't go to the restaurant and have lunch without depending on the people at the restaurant to be there, to be doing their job. You can't do anything in any city without depending on other human beings. That's why we live in towns and cities, is so that we can work together and depend on one another. So if your politician or your newscaster is telling you your neighbor's your enemy, he's lying to you. The neighbor doesn't know who you are any more than you know who he is. He's relying on you to go in and do your job today. The mail doesn't come to your mailbox without other human beings doing their job. You rely on them every day. Accept it. Tolerate your neighbor. Yeah, it's unity. Open your front door and take a look. Everything that you can see that was built by a human being, a car, a road, a traffic signal, a house, the skyline of your town. That's your bona fide proof that the human beings before you put their differences aside and work together. You see it every day. You think one guy built a car? Not going to happen. You think one guy built a house? If he did, it probably took him 5 to 10 years. I don't care what task you're trying to do. It doesn't matter whether you're trying to make a street, make a car, make a building. I don't care what your task is. The smartest thing you can do to accomplish your goals is to get more human beings to help you. The more human beings you have, number one, the lighter your workload. Number two, the quicker you get done. The quicker you accomplish your goal. So if you're failing at a task, any task, what do you need? More human beings, more people. Think about that. The more you have on your team, the quicker you succeed. If you're struggling, you need more people. End of story. If you are having trouble achieving a goal, accomplishing anything, get more human beings to help you. How can I get more human beings to help me? I must learn to be tolerant. Those of you that watch my show know I wear black or gray t-shirts. That's it. You've never seen me in a white t-shirt. If I need another person on my team, someone to help me, and they're wearing a white t-shirt, what's that tell me? I've got to get past it if I want to get him on my team. I wear V-necks. You got a crew neck shirt? I can't have crew neck shirts on my team. But if I need you on my team, I've got to get past the fact that you got a crew neck shirt. I've got to get over it, get past it, so that we can work together and you and I can achieve our goals quicker, easier, a lighter workload because we're splitting it. America is extremely divided. Extremely divided. They're telling you that your fellow American is your enemy. He is not. I'm sorry I'm the only one on TV telling you this, but it extends even further. If you're an American, your Canadian neighbor is not your enemy. If you're an American, your Mexican neighbor is not your enemy. He goes to work every day. They all go to work in every country. They all work every day. I don't care if you're living in a grass shack in Somalia. You've got to work every day or you don't survive. The world will survive without you, but you won't survive unless you work. You need to tolerate your fellow human being. And your fellow human being is not your enemy. Yeah, if you're Ukrainian and you're at war with the Russians, I understand. But the Russian people are not your enemy. The Russian government, that's your enemy. They're the ones that invaded you. The Russian people are following the orders of their dictator. They're doing as they're told. I wish they'd wise up too, but it's not the people of Russia that are bad. It's the government of Russia that's bad. It's not the people of America that are bad. It's the government of America that is bad. They're the ones that are bombing Venezuela, Nicaragua, Iran, not the American people. The human beings are not your enemy. You need your fellow human beings so that you can get them on your team to help you achieve your goals. And you can achieve your goals faster. Everything you see on this planet that is man-made is your bona fide evidence. That's your proof that the human beings before you put their differences aside and worked together. Your fellow American is not plotting against you. Are you sitting around plotting against people? If you are, you need to get some counseling because you need some help, because that's not normal human behavior. Normal human behavior is we get past our differences and we work together and build great things. That's demonstrate. Look at the world. Everything that is man-made is your evidence that you need to put your differences aside and work together. Don't let them scare you. Don't let them push you into subgroups. There is one planet, there is one human race. Deal with it. This is a fact. If you destroy the human race, or if you destroy the planet, we're in trouble. You need to protect both because we need both to survive. You've been watching a lot of space shows and you think we'll be living on Mars in 10 years. You're wrong. That's a fantasy. You've been watching too many movies. Your imagination's running away with you. Wake up. One planet. That's all we got. Your human body will not function without our gravity, our food supply, our water, our air. One planet protect it, or we're all doomed. One human race. We need every bloodline. And I'll tell you why. You don't know whose grandson is going to get educated and solve our future problems on this planet. Every time we have wars and we end bloodlines with wars, don't mistake it, we do end bloodlines with wars. That is the human race shooting itself in the foot. We need every bloodline. We need to educate our children until they educate us. Every bloodline. Right now, we're dealing with cancer on this planet. How many times in the history of our world have we killed the bloodline that might have been educated and cured cancer? We don't know what problems are 20 years ahead, 30 years ahead, 40 years ahead. But we do know it's going to be a human being that solves those problems. Those problems will not solve themselves. It will take a human being. Human beings solve problems. That's what it takes. We need to protect every child on this planet, and we need to educate every child on this planet so that someday that child might save this planet. A computer's not going to do it. A human being will. Feel free to jump in the chat and disagree. Straighten me out if you think I've taken a wrong turn here. Educate me, please. I welcome your opinion. But I'm telling you the way I see it, and I'm just one man sitting on his couch. But I'm telling you, tolerance to your fellow man is the salvation that we all seek. Tolerance of your fellow man allows us to work together to solve our problems and to expedite, to speed up our success. We've learned many things over the years, but we haven't learned to stick together. Don't let them scare you into thinking your neighbor is your enemy. He's not. His government may be, but the man is not. Governments do some evil things. People can do some greedy things. But the sane person, the sane human being, isn't sitting around plotting against his neighbor. He's just not doing it. He's got other things on his mind. He's got a vested interest into building for his future, his family's future. Get past your differences. Accept the fact that you're all going to be different and get past it. Grow up. Don't let them split you up by religion, by race, by language, by income level. Don't let them separate you. There is one human race. And we need every child to be educated. The cure from cancer, I don't care if it comes from Russia, Iran, America, England. I don't care where it comes from. I welcome it. Educate your children until they can educate you. Teach your children until they teach you. How do you learn to tolerate other people? Empathy, patience, understanding. Get past your fears. Get past your own shortcomings. Be willing to work together. You don't have to like someone to work with them. I had a boss. He hired in after me years ago. He hired in after me and he thought I was after his job. Smart man, because I was. Okay. His job paid better than mine. And I had the skills required to hold the position. That man did not like me, and he made my life a living hell while I was on the job. He was riding me. What did I have to do? Well, I had bills that had to be paid. I needed my paycheck, and I didn't have another job handy. Yeah, my mustache itches today. I don't know. I'm thinking it's my new beard butter. But back to my point here. That guy hated my guts, and he made my life miserable. But I wasn't in a position where I could just walk in and quit today. I had to line up another gig, another job. And I wasn't going to take a lateral move. I wanted to increase my income when I moved. So I needed a good job, not just a patchwork. If I'm going to leave one job, I got to go to one that is better. I got to feel that I'm moving up in the world, or why move? All I had to do was tolerate that asshole. So every time he did a bonehead move, I just smiled and I said, it's a great day, isn't it? Oh, I could see it burning him. All he could get out of me was smiles and yes, sirs. Oh, God, he hated my guts so bad. I stayed for 3 months. I tortured his ass. When I finally moved on, I was ready to move on. I put my plan together and then I put it in action. I had to tolerate that man to achieve my goals, to hold my security, to be able to meet my bills. I had to tolerate that man. I could not fly off the handle and hit him in the mouth. No matter how much I wanted to, I couldn't. And worse, I couldn't let him see that he was bothering me at all. I couldn't let him know that he was getting under my skin. That's not the right way. This is business, not friendship, business. I had to tolerate that man, and I did, and I'm proud of myself for it. This is what I'm telling you adults do, is you tolerate. A young child, a 20-year-old with the same job, would have walked up to that boss that was giving him a hard time and would have told him off and gotten fired or gotten mad and quit. And then he'd have hurt himself because he wouldn't have been able to pay his bills. He didn't have a plan. He had to control his emotions like an adult and tolerate another human being. Tolerance is the key to our success. The more human beings you get on your team, the better off you are. You will achieve your goals faster. You will lighten your workload by getting more people on your team. Feel free to disagree. Enlighten me. If you've seen I've made a wrong turn here, jump in the chat. Straighten me out. The way I see it, the human beings on planet Earth need to be on one team. When we're not on one team, they're playing us by our fears. They're using our fears to control and manipulate us. They're convincing you that those other guys are bad. And they're so bad, you can't afford to wait for them to strike first. You can't be a counterpuncher. You need to be the aggressor. That's the only way you're going to survive. Bullshit. I'm telling you, it's not the truth. The truth is they're using the media to manipulate you. It is Pravda on steroids. Those of you that are old enough to know, Pravda used to be the name of the newspaper in Russia that dispensed all the propaganda. They were the ones that were charged with lying to the Russian people. Now, all the news stations are Pravda on steroids. They've all got an agenda, and their agenda is to scare you so they get your attention and make you pay attention. And then they wish to control and manipulate you in the direction that suits them best. They're doing this to enrich themselves. They are doing this for profit. They are greedy. They can make money by manipulating you. If I sell pink light bulbs, I need to get everyone to buy pink light bulbs. Then I make money. So I separate them into smaller groups by using their fears against them. And I tell them, what you need are pink light bulbs. I just happen to have a stash. I could share my pink light bulbs with you, but only if you alienate all those people that don't have pink light bulbs. Don't let them in. Keep them aside. Watch them. Keep your eye on them. Don't trust them. They don't have pink light bulbs. That's the proof that they're not good. They're not on our team. They're doing it for money. They're making money by separating you into smaller groups. That's what they do. It may be an outright lie. It may be an inference. They may be implying. But they're still trying to divide and scare and use your fears against you. They want to use your fears against you because you cannot rationally think when your fears have control over you. fear that is out of control tosses rational thinking right out the window. You must control your fears, not let your fears control you. I remember my youngest son calling me into the bedroom one night. Daddy, can you turn on the night light? I'm scared of the dark. Yeah, I can turn on the night light. But what's my job as his father? My job is to teach him to control his fears. I open up the closet. I show him there's no monsters in there. I look under the bed. I show him there's no monsters out there. I reassure him I'm going to be in the next room. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here when you wake up in the morning. You're safe. You must control your fears and control your imagination. You can't let your imagination run away with you. If your imagination's running away, rational thought is tossed out the window. If your fear's in control, rational thinking doesn't matter. It's not going to be part of the equation. Your fear is in control. If you control your fear, then that fear's acceptable. It's helpful even. A little bit of controlled fear is a good thing. It keeps you from stepping off a cliff. It keeps you from walking down the dark alley at 3 o'clock in the morning. Little bit of fear under control is good. But when the fear has control and there's no rational thinking, you can't stay within the boundaries, the rules, and laws of our society. And if you stray outside those laws and rules of our society, what happens? Our society holds you accountable. There are consequences for your actions, young man. Society is going to step on you like you're a bug. For example, here in the United States, we have massive gun ownership. Everybody and their brother's got one. It's okay. It's legal. But if your fears have control of you and you own a gun, you're likely to walk out into your front yard and point that gun at your neighbors that are not threatening you in any way. Your fears have control of you, not rational thinking. Rational thinking would tell you, I can't point a gun at someone that's not threatening me. That would be illegal. Think about this now. You cannot stay within the laws and rules of our society if your fear has control over your body. You cannot think rationally and sort things out. When fear is in control, your rational mind is not. and you go out there and you wave that gun at your neighbors, you're threatening them because your fears, your imagination ran away with you. You didn't control it. It's now controlling you. So now the law shows up. They take your gun and they take you. You're unstable, son. Society's about to squash you like a bug because you can't color inside the lines. You can't control your fears. Uncontrolled fear is society's wrecking ball. It can and will destroy everything that all of us have built. Uncontrolled fear is not good, ever. Controlled fear, I'm not going to step off this cliff. That's the good part. That's the part that says, good. Yeah, I'll stay back from that edge. Uncontrolled fear, you can't make a rational choice. The fear's in control. You no longer are. You can't tell right from wrong. You're just responding to your fears. Think about it. You must control your fears. You don't have a choice. Our society has laws and rules. You must stay within the boundaries at all times. If you ever stray outside those boundaries, our society is designed to squash you like a bug. The needs of society, the many, outweigh the fears of one individual. You are held accountable for your actions. There are consequences for each of your actions. So you must be in control at all times. If you get behind the wheel of the car and you floor it and you're doing 110 going through downtown, what happens? You lose control of the car and you crash. When you crash, society steps in and you're going to be held accountable. You're going to have to pay for that damage, son. You did that. You pay up. I only lost control for 1 minute. We're holding you accountable for the rest of your life because of it. Welcome to the real world. Okay. I'm sorry, but you must be in control at all times. You can't get too much alcohol and lose control and start a bar fight. What happens? Society smacks you down quickly. They don't hesitate. It doesn't matter how much stress you were under. Doesn't matter if your girl let you. Doesn't matter. Your excuses are of no avail. You have no excuse. You must maintain. We have an umbrella of laws and rules. You stay within the lines at all times or you're held accountable. That's the rule. You cannot let your fears control you. If your fears are in control, Your rational thinking is not there, and it's impossible for you to stay within the boundaries of our society. The less control you have, the closer to that edge you get. In a second you step outside the lines, what happens? Consequences. Fear is very, very powerful. Controlled fear is good, but uncontrolled fear is reckless. It's destructive. I remember when I was a kid, this is a funny story. I'm at a public beach, and I'm standing at the very edge of the beach. I'm the last guy, the last human. Everybody else is on this side. There's nobody behind me. I'm bending over. I'm building a nice sand castle. I'm having a good time. I think I was 8. Right? I'm bent over. I'm looking between my legs, and a blue racer, about 6 foot long. This is a snake, if you're unaware of. It's not a poisonous snake. It could not have killed me, but it scared me. It was moving fast and coming right at me. Like a flash, I booked, and I didn't stop until I got to the other end of the beach. The snake, coming up the beach, saw all the people and boom, turned and darted into the woods. I never saw it. I was Johnny Long Gone, right? I was out of there. I did not wait. I came back eventually, and all the way back throughout that public beach, I had to apologize to all those people that I kicked sand on or jumped over, or when I was bolting, when my fear was in control. I was bolting, and nothing and nobody else mattered, baby. I was getting out of Dodge quick. The whole way back, I had to apologize to people. I'm sorry. I got really scared. A snake, a big snake, scared me. I get back to my family, and they're just rolling. They are laughing at me. It was so embarrassing. Fear had control of me. I had no rational thought at all. It didn't matter if I stepped on somebody else's blanket. I couldn't tell right from wrong. I was no longer a good-mannered young man. I was scared witless. My rational thinking was tossed out the window. You cannot function in our society if you do not have control. That's my point. If your fear has got control of you, you need to get some counseling. You need to get some help. You must control your fears. Learning to control your fears is a lifetime endeavor for some people. Some of us learn it. Some of us don't. Those that don't, they're held accountable. No other way around it. Society, it enacts a price. There's a price to pay. You must stay within the boundaries of our laws and our rules. You must function as a part of the team, as a part of the group. If you try to go off on your own and you get outside the boundaries, that fast, society's going to take its toll on you. They're going to make a lesson out of you for the betterment of all of society. Think about that. Control your fears. When you control your fears, guess what? You can now tolerate your fellow human being. How do you get intolerant of your fellow human being? Hatred. Dislike plus uncontrolled fear equals hatred. Hatred is the wrecking ball to society. You can't have hatred without uncontrolled fear. If you control your fears, you don't hate anyone. If you control your fears, you're tolerant of your fellow man. Yeah, that guy's an asshole. I dislike him. Dislike is okay. Disagreement is okay. Because you still have rational thinking. But hatred, that requires an uncontrolled fear. And if your fear's in control, then your mind is not. People lie. People lie for a number of reasons. I've broken it down into 3 different categories. People lie to control or to hide their greed. I don't want you to know how greedy I am, so I'm going to lie to you. I'm going to put up a mask, a false front. I don't want you to see who I really am. They wish to hide their greed. They wish to hide their shame. And they wish to hide their fear. It could be any 1, 2, or all 3 of these. This is why human beings lie, to hide things from you. Don't see what I did last week. I don't want you to know. Don't see what I'm afraid of. I don't want you to know my weakness. Don't see how I'm motivated by greed, how I'm actually, while I put my arm around you, I'm also trying to pick your pocket. I don't want you to see that. So I lie. Don't fall for it. Don't allow liars into your life. When you identify somebody as being a liar, don't invite them into your home. Don't trust them. You don't know who they really are. Self-preservation tells you, I'm never going to allow a liar to walk through my front door. If I know you're a liar, I'm never inviting you to my home. I'm never inviting you to my workplace. I don't want anything to do with you. Because I can't trust you. Do you ever have a girlfriend that cheated on you? Once she does, you can't trust her. You may patch it up for a week. You may patch it up for a year. You may patch that relationship up for 5 more years, but it's doomed to fail. You can't trust her. You can trust your fellow American that's working at the power company or the water company or the grocery store or the restaurant, but you can't trust your girlfriend? That relationship can't succeed without that trust. Your relationship with the restaurant down the street, if they're not open every day and they don't have any posted hours, how can you say, meet me over here at the restaurant? You don't know if they're going to be open. You can't trust them. You're going to say, meet me at this other restaurant. I trust them. I know they're open. Right? The ones you trust are the ones you let into your home. The ones you don't trust, you don't let into your home. And I don't trust liars. I got no time for them. I got no patience for them. Once I've identified you as being a liar, I'm done. Washing my hands of that. Next. I'll move you right into that dislike category. Okay. That's where you go. I'm going to dislike you now because you can't be trusted. Think about it. How many liars do you invite into your home? None, I hope. If you're inviting liars into your home, good luck. They're probably going to steal everything you own. Okay. Trust. I have trust that when I want to go to the grocery store next week, the shelves will be stocked. The workers will be there. I have a trust. I know that it's functioning. I know I can trust my fellow man. I know that all the other human beings are going to work every day. So when I went to Olive Garden today, I knew everything was going to work and I was going to have a pleasant time. A good visit with my best friend. Trust means everything. Somebody ought to explain that to the exalted hot dog. Because the world is losing trust for the United States. The world is finding out that the United States is not reliable under his leadership. The world is finding out all the bad things that he's been trying to hide with his lies. Interesting, right? I appreciate all my viewers. I really do. I do need, YouTube tells me I need to ask people to like and subscribe. Okay, it's free. The whole show is free. No midstream ads, no sponsors, no commercials of any kind. I'm not running for political office. I'm not trying to become an online influencer. I'm not coming out with a line of merch. Okay. I'm here just to meet and talk to people. And I don't have an agenda. I know I've been talking today about tolerance. And I also know I'm the only one on TV that's telling you that. I apologize. I wish there were more people. But just like every other task that you're ever going to find, this show needs more on my team, more human beings. I need subscribers. I need likes. I need viewing hours in order to achieve my goals. I'm not requiring anyone to do anything. It's not a prerequisite. I don't require people to get into the chat. It's there if you want it. And I'm telling you, everyone is welcome and your opinion is welcome. But you don't have to talk. It's okay. But if you ever want to change the subject or just flat out interact with your TV, here's your golden opportunity, this show. The only show on TV with no hidden agenda, with no plot. I don't care what we talk about. But when you guys aren't in the chat, we're left up to my mind, my imagination, and my mind is hell-bent on unifying the human beings of this world. The more people on our team, the faster we succeed and the lighter our workload becomes. Tolerance has got a lot of power, and I'll tell you why. You see in elections in America, the president got elected with 81 million votes. Got a lot of people on his side. Whenever the people agree and get together and agree, it creates a special kind of power. A power that reverberates and is heard around the world. If you get 100 million people to say enough's enough, it will scare every nation on the planet. They will listen. They don't have a choice. At some point, the demonstration of power becomes so great, it puts the fear of God into everybody. And it says, holy crap, they've got a mandate. They've got a will of their own, and they're going to get what they want regardless of what we try to do. That's a power that the entire world recognizes and says, holy shit, did you see that? 340 million Americans just stood up and told Russia, pack up your tanks and go home. And you know what? They didn't even ask nice. They told us to do it. Russia would listen. If 340 million Americans speak with one voice, the power would be felt in every country on the planet. When people unite and get together, their voice gets louder, their power gets stronger. And when you get enough people, it can literally change the world. That's my opinion. One guy sitting on his couch in Southwest Michigan. Okay. How's your Wednesday going? I'm ranting a little bit, but I tell you what, I feel good, and I offer you guys the opportunity. Jump in the chat and rant. Straighten us all out. Educate us. We all need to know. I know the Republicans are telling you Democrats are evil. Bullshit. The Democrats and the Republicans need each other. They need to work together. They need to function. Everything you see built on this entire planet is your bona fide proof that the human beings before you got past their differences and accomplished great things. That's true in New York City. It's true in Tokyo. It's true in Moscow. It's true in London. They tolerated one another well enough to work together so that they could achieve common goals. It's right there in front of you. Look out your front door. If it was built by a human, it wasn't built by one man. It was built by many. Put aside your differences. Be patient, be tolerant, be understanding. Be compassionate, be caring. When the shit hits the fan, we all are. When a flood, an earthquake, a storm hits, we all stand together. The politician or the newscaster that's telling you to hate your fellow American, first sign of trouble, that SOB is going to jump and he's going to pull a Ted Cruz. He'll be on the first plane out of Dodge. He ain't sticking around. But that neighbor you don't know his name, and you've been told you must fear him, you must dislike him, you must hate him. You know, the same guy you don't know that you've been relying on your entire life. The same guy that's been relying on you his entire life. When the shit hits the fan and we're all standing in chin deep floodwater, that neighbor you don't know his name, he'll be the one tooling buying a boat. And he'll be willing to pull you up out of the water. And what's even worse, if you're the guy in the boat, you'd be willing to pull him up out of the water. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. And we all always do the right thing. Are you going to sit in that boat and, oh, that guy's got a MAGA hat on, I'm going to sit here and watch him drown? I don't think so. That thought would never enter your mind. You're going to get that guy out of the water as quick as you can. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. You won't hesitate. You're going to do the right thing. Not just this time, each and every time. And that guy you pull up in the water, when the waters subside, he's the guy that's going to be standing shoulder to shoulder with you helping you clean up so that we can all put this back together. You'll be on the same team. You won't care what color his hat is. You won't care if he's wearing a dress. Are you going to stand here in chin high water and say, no, I ain't getting into your boat. You're Muslim, goddammit. No. You're going to get in the boat. He's going to get in your boat, regardless of your religion, regardless of your race, regardless of how you dress. Even if you don't speak the same language, you're going to help each other. It's what human beings do. We always try to do the right thing. Don't let them radicalize you. Don't let them separate you, and don't believe them when they tell you that other person's your enemy. They're not your enemy. You've been relying on them for years. You just don't know their name yet. I don't know a soul that works at the power company, but I know when I go flip the switch, the light's going to come on. I don't know a soul at the water company, but I know when I go in the kitchen and turn on the faucet, the water's going to run. And it'll be safe to drink. You rely on each other all day, every day. You just don't know each other yet. We are all intertwined. We are all codependent on one another. Whatever your job is, you need to go in and do it every day. You don't have an option. I'm never working again. Bull. If you don't work, you don't survive, honey. You ain't going to make it. It may be all sun and sunshine and roses blooming today. But next week, that's a horse of a different color. You don't know what's coming down the pike. You may have a good job today and get laid off next week. Then, without the good job, where are you? You're not going to be the same condescending asshole you were a week ago, I guarantee it. A little dose of reality, a little reality check. Here's your reality check. There's one planet, there's one human race. That's reality. Fantasies and subgroups. That's all you have. With a good dose of greed and lies. One planet, one human race. Protect both. Every bloodline matters. I don't care if he's gay. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Every human being has value. Until we act like that, the human race will continue to shoot itself in the foot. We will continue to slow and delay our progress as a species. How much are we spending on war on this planet combined? Think about it. It's a staggeringly high number. Staggering. And every time we do, we're shooting humanity in the foot. We're delaying our progress. We're delaying our success. We are slowing our progress. If you cannot unite with your fellow man, if you cannot tolerate your fellow man, you are already doomed. You're not going to succeed. You will fail. You think America first, we don't need those other guys? Bullshit. We need them all. We need every one of them on our side, on our team. We must tolerate our differences and work together. When we work together, we lighten our workload and we speed up our success. One man goes to build a house by himself. Can he do it? Eventually, yes. It might take him a few years. But if he gets help, if he gets one guy, cuts that time in half, cuts his workload in half. If he gets 200 guys, he might be able to build that house in a week. It's a numbers game. We all know American football, right? University of Michigan. They get a lot of guys going to that school. And then take a lesser known school. I don't know, Podunk High. They've got 15 guys on their football team. 11 of them got to be on the field at a time. University of Michigan might have 200. Only putting 11 on the field at a time. Who's going to win the game? I guarantee it's going to be Michigan. They got more human beings on their side. They got more help. They've got built-in reinforcements. Hello. I don't care what task you're trying to accomplish. Get more humans to help you. You will lighten your workload and you will achieve your goals faster. My opinion. Feel free to disagree. Prove me wrong. Enlighten me. I welcome your opinion. But I'm telling you right now, you need your fellow human beings, all of them, each and every one. I don't care. Play subgroup all you want. It's of no use. There is one human race. Just the one. We're all different colors. We're different blood types. We're different religions. We have different customs, different cultures, different tastes. Get past it. Accept the differences and move forward. America first is like America stepping on a rake. God, that's so stupid. This subgroup is superior to that subgroup. Bullshit. There is no subgroup. There's one group. The human race. One planet, Earth. Protect both, or we perish. Or we have hardship. Or we struggle. Do you want to struggle? I don't. I don't want to struggle at anything, and I don't want to give up any modern conveniences. If you let your fears control you, if you think there's an armed gunman on every corner, you may as well just curl up in the fetal position in the first corner you see. lay there and cry your eyes out. You got no quality of life. You basically got no life. Control your fears, open your front door, step out and enjoy life. Embrace your fellow human being. Be tolerant of one another. Get past your differences. Unite. The quicker you unite, the quicker you achieve your goals. I don't care what your task is. More people is your solution. Oh, I just need more money for this project. No, you don't need more money. You need more people, more human beings on your side. Conflict resolution. I took classes for it. Get past your differences. They don't matter. Your differences are minuscule. Oh, I'm type A negative blood. I'm the best blood type there is. No, I'm not. I'm not. You're not. Doesn't matter our blood type. I'm telling you, there's one human race. You can choose to unite and succeed, or you can choose to separate into subgroups, lash out at one another, and fail miserably. Your option, your choice. My common sense tells me I need to unite. I need more people on my team. That's the answer to all my problems. If I got more human beings, I'm going to be very successful. If I want to just go this alone, shut off the chat, and not include you guys, success will always be just out of my reach. I'm never going to get there. If I do get there, it'd be a miracle, and it's probably going to take me more time than I got. You got to tolerate your fellow human being. You have to. You cannot succeed without him. You're already dependent on him every day. Every single day, you need other human beings. It makes your life easier. You don't believe me? Move out into the wilderness. Go build a log cabin in the middle of nowhere with no electricity, no running water, no refrigerator. Everything you got to do becomes so much more work. Your life gets a lot harder. Difficult, hard work, never ending. Whereas living in the city, codependent on other human beings, all I got to do is get up and hit the light switch. Boom. God, the miracles of technology. Unite with your fellow human beings and your life gets easier. Withdraw, push them away, and your life will get harder. Your workload will increase. You think you can go it alone? You're wrong. You're making a mistake. Learn from your mistakes. Unite with your fellow man, and we can accomplish anything. We can solve any issue that comes up on this planet. But you want to lash out at your neighbor, you want to call somebody a name, an expletive, you want to, oh, you're not good enough to be in the same town as me. That's not your answer. That's your problem. And it's your problem. Your prejudice is your failure, your shortcoming, your short-sighted behavior. It's costing you. The rest of the planet is moving on, moving forward, with or without you. You can join the team or you can withdraw. If you're going to withdraw, be on your own, society is willing to let you go. I'd say get past it or get yourself some help. Become tolerant or get some counseling so that you can learn to become tolerant. February is coming. Yeah, smoking a cigarette. Yeah, that's your proof that I'm not AI, brother. That's your bona fide evidence. That guy's a real guy. He's got faults. He's not perfect. You gotta love it. Thanks for jumping in the chat. What's on your mind today? What would you like to talk about? Hopefully not my smoking. I got other bad habits too. I smoke pot as well. Yeah, I've never been perfect my whole life. I kind of accept it now. And I'll take Bozo. He was a famous clown. Made a lot of money. February is coming. It sounds like a brand new handle. I don't know. February's all right, I guess. I guess it's the Valentine's Day that don't click with me. Oh, yeah. Heart failure's tough. Terminal illness is tough. You're not alone, brother. There's a lot of people in that boat. Okay. Sorry. I wish there was something I could do to help you. But unfortunately, that's part of being a human being. Death is imminent. My personal opinion on that, I did a little research, and I'm crippled. Once you become as stationary as me, your life expectancy drops like a rock. If you're sitting 16 hours a day, you're not active, your life expectancy drops down to like 3 years. You got to keep moving and you got to keep eating if you want to stay alive. But heart failure is tough because you need your heart. And none of us can afford a heart transplant, and none of those work for any real length of time. Yeah. What part of the world are you in? Healthcare matters, and you get varying degrees depending on what your geographic location is. I got a buddy that his wife needed a heart valve replacement. He took her to China. She got the valve replaced and they came back and they're doing fine. Oklahoma. I watch a show on YouTube, Cross Timbers Bison. It's out of southern Oklahoma. A guy named Dusty Baker raises wild animals, raises buffalo or bison. I love the show. You couldn't get me in a pasture with a wild animal like that. I mean, 1,000 to 2,000 pounds. No thanks. They can flip your car, okay? But Oklahoma's got some real nice areas, man. I've seen some real beautiful sunsets on his show. If you really got a heart failure, enjoy the sunsets while you can, okay? Quality of life, my brother. If you can't have quantity, settle for quality. It's hard. But yeah, Oklahoma's beautiful. And some nice people, too. I've seen good people down there. This guy, Dusty Baker, stand-up guy. The kind of guy I'd have been hunting and fishing with, I'll tell you what. Yeah, he's, yeah. Well, that guy, Dusty Baker, he's doing land preservation now, and they're doing prescribed burns, trying to bring back the prairies of America. And I think he's got the right idea. It's just that the prairies got to be miles and miles and miles long, not just acres. You know what I mean? Were you a smoker? Is that how you damaged your heart? I've been smoking for about, I don't know, 55 years. I just got checked last year. I had a CT scan done and I'm clear. It's not affecting me. My mother died of lung cancer. She was a smoker. When I was 13, she used to go to the store and come home and give me a pack of Marlboros. Here you go. Well, in her defense, in those days, they didn't know what they know about smoking now, you know. Yeah, it's a tough break. Oh, I got to close the show. February, check me out tomorrow at 3. We can talk about whatever's on your mind, brother. Afternoon Chat's the name of the show. I'm the host, Ghost Mostly. Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a free, inclusive channel. Everyone is welcome. Even if you disagree with me. I appreciate all my viewers. I appreciate the people in the chat. February is coming as our guest star of the day. Thank you for your time and consideration. Like and subscribe if you can. If you can't do it, don't worry about it. I appreciate you for watching. And please tell a friend that the show's here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. My philosophy of life, be nice to everyone all of the time. I think you're going to like the end result. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Be safe, be healthy, be happy. Bye.